Hello, welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we're going to look at what malware is, why it exists, how it enters systems, and why awareness is one of the strongest defenses. Let's get right into it. Now, what is malware? Malware is a broad term used for harmful software. It is short for malicious software, just like we are removing mal from malicious, and then we are removing ware, that is ware, from software. It is designed to harm systems or data, it operates without the user's consent, and it is one of the most common cyber threats. Now, why do we have malware? Malware is created for specific harmful goals. Financial gain is one of the major motivation, and then we also have data thefts, and this provides long-term value because they make money off it. And then we have system disruption as well, and system disruption can create damage or pressure, and espionage, which enables surveillance. These are the reasons why malware exists, or why the people who create malware create it. Also, I must add that some malware exists to control infected systems. Now, let us consider the common types of malware. Malware comes in many forms, and the first one we'll consider is viruses. Viruses attach to files and spread, and worms spread automatically across systems. Then we have Trojans that disguise themselves as legitimate software. Then we have ransomware that locks systems or data for payment, and we have spyware that secretly monitors user activity. And you might be wondering, what exactly is the difference between worms and viruses? The major difference is that virus has to be executed and worms spread automatically. If a virus is attached to a file, you have to execute that file first before it spreads. But you see, worms, the moment it enters, it can duplicate or replicate itself. It can spread automatically. Now let's consider how malware gets into systems. Most infections begin with simple entry points. And the first one we'll consider is phishing emails. This one can come in through tricking users. We also have malicious attachments that can carry hidden code. We have fake software downloads, that is when you download fake software that can install malware. Then we have compromised websites that can infect visitors. So you need to be careful of the websites you visit. Then we have infected USB devices that can spread malware. It is not every USB device that you can plug into your PC. The next thing we'll consider is email as a malware delivery method. The truth is, email remains one of the most common attack paths. We have fake invoices or receipts that can be sent to you with urgency in mind. We also have urgent messages that can trigger fear or panic. We have attachments in emails that can hide malicious code, and then we can have links that redirect users to harmful websites. So these are ways through which email can be used as a malware delivery method. The next thing we'll consider is malware through downloads. Downloads are a common source of infection too. Over the years, we have seen many cracked or pirated softwares that contain malware. Also, we have fake updates that are shared with users to trick them into installing threats. We also have malicious mobile applications that can infect devices, so that means that you must download your mobile apps from reputable and recognized platforms such as Play Store and App Stores. And lastly, unverified sources can increase risk. So when you're downloading an update, downloading an application, downloading any software, you must ensure that the source is a legitimate source. There's no way we'll talk about malware without talking about what happens after infection. Malware typically operates quietly. That means that it runs silently in the background and it can communicate with attacker control servers. It steals data or monitors activity, and lastly, it may spread to other systems. Now let us consider some of the signs of malware infection. Infections often show warning signs. It may be systems that is becoming slow or unexpected pop-ups that is appearing on the screen. Also, you may start seeing unknown programs running, and it could be unusual activity that normally do not occur, and now you are seeing it occurring. Now, why is malware hard to detect? Sometimes it can be very hard to detect because malware is designed to avoid detection. It often hides itself. It uses processes that look legitimate, it attempts to bypass security tools, and it constantly evolves to stay effective. Now, let us consider some of the basic malware prevention. If there is one thing you should have learned in this course, it is that simple habits reduce infection risk. So let us look at some of the basic malware preventions that we have. The first one is be cautious with emails and links. The second one, keep systems and software updated. Then the third one is avoid untrusted downloads. And lastly, use reputable security tools. Now let us consider malware and the CIA triad. How do they relate to each other? Malware directly breaks core security principles or the core pillars of cybersecurity. Why and how? It steals data, and stealing data breaks confidentiality. It can modify files, and modifying files break integrity. It can also disrupt systems, and that is breaking availability. And I must add that many malware attacks affect all the three, not that they are selecting which one to affect. Now let's summarize what we've learned so far in this lesson. This lesson has highlighted how malware operates. We've seen that malware is intentional and harmful. Infections often start with simple actions. Awareness significantly reduces risk, and prevention is easier than cleanup. Now let's take a test. The question is, which statement best summarizes what malware is and how infections usually begin? Pause your video as usual, read through the options, pick your answer, drop it in the comments, and come back to play to see the correct answer. So what's the correct answer? C. Malware is malicious software created to cause harm, and infection often begin through simple actions like clicking links, opening attachments, or downloading untrusted files. That's all for this lesson, and see you in the next one. And if you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly do that now. Thank you.